the funny thing regarding this comment is, what made me laugh when I did read this is, I think in my first Naruto rant, I was all over the place. I was talking shit about literally everything concerning the ending, the new costumes that everybody was like fangasming over and whatever. And my only thing was, I don't see how like putting Hinata in a pink shirt and in a purple skirt and whatever is like something worth leaking and being excited over, and Naruto in his like fucking orange windbreaker and sweatpants, like that's something to like be excited about when it's supposed to apparently be the last, like this is the last you're going to see these characters and this is how they're going to look. Like that was mainly my point in my video. Like even though Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball GT, like even though GT sucked, you can't tell me that it wasn't exciting to see these like Omega Shenron and like all these different fancy looking villains, but then also seeing Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Like, I honestly think that when it comes to time skips or whatever, when you make your characters look at least slightly cool, then it does justify the hype. Whereas all these new costumes and shit that I was seeing for the last movie and future Naruto or whatever, it looked like shit. Anyway, let's see. Scrolling. Oh, I remember this comment. This was funny. This one's by Richard Anderson. At first, I was going to fly into this comment section full-on keyboard warrior style and talk about how much of a butthurt, I guess, content creator I thought you were, but man, this video was hilarious. Comedy wins over butthurt Narutards any day. Like, so, I like this comment mainly because when I made my first Naruto rant, again, it was all over the place. I was just talking shit about everything, but I mean, every now and again, I had a point with whatever I was saying, and mainly it was supposed to be funny. I was just making fun of the stupid shit that everybody was hyping up, and it wasn't that. Let me get to the stupid comments, because I told you guys that I was gonna... Oh, here's one. But it's not really stupid. Nolan Jones 2 years ago says, "Why is Naruto's daughter's head so big?" The world may never know. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Mikhail Kinsley, LMAO, this whole video is hilariously true. Okay, alright. Oh wow, so this one's good. Makeda C 6 months ago says, "I am convinced that the last onwards is Hinata's infinite Tsukuyomi." That would be a good plot twist. Like at the end of Boruto, like let's say Boruto and everybody dies by this new OP villain, and Hinata ends up waking up to an apocalyptic ninja world because at the end of the day, the infinite Tsukuyomi, that was her dream, and the plant died, and for some reason she's not dead. All of the other characters are skeletons though, whatever. That would be dope. But anyway, it would at least explain the out-of-characterness of some of the characters and the creepy clones that are her and Naruto's children. Yeah. That's a good comment. Purple Paradox says, "Naruhina makes the most sense out of all the pairings." I disagree. It would actually be Naruto and Ramen. So, let's see. Asmosis Jones says, "Well, dub, it's been obvious since she confessed and showed her strength against pain, but we have to make Naruto forget about all of it like a dumbass until the war, then forget for 2 years about Hinata, then fall in love. Idiot." he he could have been happy since he was 12 if he could just read the signs and not act like an ignorant. Oh, not act ignorant about love. Francisco Oguchi says, that pair is as good as Sasuke x Sakura. Think about it. Naruto pushed Hinata to fight Neji so bad just for pride without caring for her well-being, despite she was clearly in a bad shape. And did Naruto at least visit Hinata in the hospital? No, he was more concerned about his training and stealing Sakura a hug. Naruto has never showed interest in Hinata from the very beginning, even after Hinata confessed her love for Naruto, and the first thing Naruto does is hug Sakura and think about Sasuke. Kishi mentioned that Neji's death was necessary for Naruto x Hinata to happen. Does this ring a bell? If that's the case, then wouldn't the engagement be because Naruto felt bad for Hinata losing her cousin? This kind of sounds like a relationship out of pity. Sorry, but Naruhina never existed, at least not in the love conventional way, and it's a pity that Hinata never showed any kind of maturing and look forward. And the last movie is so bad that one could conclude that Naruto was influenced by the Genjutsu instead of realizing that he likes Hinata. Not to mention that the movie is so bad that starts from zero, and Naruto acting as he never heard Hinata's confession or remembered Neji's death. I don't think the movie could have been worse than that, but who knows. Both Sakura and Hinata feel like helpless, obsessed girls that don't even know what love is. Holy shit, who is this? Francisco Oguchi. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. Like... I mean, honestly, like, everything he said is 100% true. Like, if we go back to Naruto, pushing Hinata to fight Neji, because Neji was, like, talking shit about her when they were kids, or whatever, and she ended up getting her ass beat, I think Naruto was like, okay, and just moved on, and was worried about, like, his Chunin exams, and even after the Chunin exams, I don't think he ever really visited her in the hospital. It was actually Neji. So when Hinata was beat up by Neji, and then Neji had a, like, what was it? Neji's character developed, and he realized, wow, I was being a dick. He actually visited Hinata in silence, but helped her out. I guess when her Byakugan was recovering, or when she was recovering, and whatever. Like, we got character development out of Neji through that, not necessarily Naruto. And again, leading up from that point on to the last movie, it takes Naruto 700 plus chapters and a fucking terrible movie and him falling asleep in dream water to realize that, like, Hinata cared about him, and he's what influenced her to be a ninja and all this other stuff. It's painful to really look at. Like, if we go back to the beginning with if we go back to the beginning of Naruto, when Hinata's character is introduced, and it's very heavily implied that she cares a lot about Naruto and she has a crush on Naruto and whatever. From that point onward, Hinata's character never changes. We see her actually, a lot of people can argue, well, no, because she ends up getting stronger physically, and she goes and she fights and stuff like that. If you really think about it, whether it is drawn or not, Hinata always finished missions with her team, so her being physically strong or getting stronger had literally nothing to do with Naruto's influence or Neji's influence or anything. Hinata was already strong. She wanted to be a ninja basically because she liked Naruto, and his influence on her made her confident in her own, in the presence of herself, and that, whatever. But she was always able to finish a mission. Like, what was her team? Team 8? She was always able to finish a mission with Kiba and Shino, and even in the filler episodes when Kiba and Shino would be like, oh no, Hinata can take care of herself, Hinata can do this, Hinata can do that. Hinata can clearly stand on her 2 feet. It's just the only time we see her being shy and reclusive is if Naruto is literally like 10 feet away from her. So, I mean, Hinata's character essentially never changed from the first episode we saw her. And that's what sucks. So since the beginning, I was always like, oh, the shy girl, she actually has she actually has a crush on the main character. Oh, I hope this goes somewhere. And the only reason why I was really rooting for that is because mainly I know what it's like to be a shy kid. I know what it's like to basically have a one-sided or unrequited feelings for somebody and they never notice or they don't really give a fuck. So it's just like, I'll always root for the shy characters and I'll always root for their character developing. I'd like to think life made my character develop, even though here I am talking about anime. No, but seriously, I really liked the concept of Naruto, and then when Hinata's character was introduced, I always thought that there would be more given from her character, or there would be more to show when it came to her character, but there really wasn't. Throughout the show, you always just saw Hinata being shy, or Hinata like being nervous and reluctant to actually like speak with Naruto or show him kindness because she was just so scared to be around him or something like that, even though she clearly liked him. I lost my train of thought. It's too early. I think basically what I'm saying is Hinata stayed the same, and despite seeing her for what she was, and given the show gave her these 5 seconds of screen time in order for you to see that, it became almost evident, or it was expected that we'd see her character develop, but it never happened, ever. We got to see Sakura's character develop. Granted, it really never did. And I don't know if this is like the problem with shonen authors or anything, or just authors or creators who are just trying to make a quick buck and they don't really care about whatever they created. But it's just like, for some reason, I truly believe that shonen authors believe that character development equals power levels growing, like physical power raising. Characters being physically stronger is somehow character development, which, I mean, last time I checked, that does not equate. Physical strength and superpowers getting better, that is simply through training, and that is simply through a character choosing to do something that results to that. A character doesn't just consciously, I want to develop my character, and then suddenly their power levels raise. It's like from Dragon Ball Z, Goku trains, he fights, that makes him stronger. That's it. Like, that's what happens, and then that's the outcome. When it comes to I truly believe with a majority of shonen authors, they truly equate character development to being power levels raising. So it's like, oh, Sasuke, he had character development, and you know, it took him being damn near OP for him to realize that this, and that. But if you think about it too, Sasuke's character didn't really change. Sasuke's character didn't really develop. The only time, like, he, I would say, reflected on the things that he's done was all the way until the end of Naruto. And now it's in Boruto, and he doesn't even want to raise his kid because he wants to find himself. Like, that's his own act of repentance. But what the fuck? Like, that's not really character development. Anyway, I feel like I'm already rambling too long. But I am going to keep reading these comments from old videos. That way I can speak about whatever stuff that is still Naruto related, stuff that you guys have been somewhat requesting. So, but I feel like I don't want to make these videos super long. and I apologize for reading mainly good comments. But at the end of the day, that's all I'm saying. Those are comments that I actually like. Those are the comments that I actually put a thumbs up or I pin, because it's usually if people share their opinions, and they're not just like, oh no, you're just salty and you just hate that Naruto and Sakura were a pairing. Like, clearly, because if I'm anti-Naruhina, I'm obviously Narusaku. No. If you realize, my OTP for Naruto is Naruto Sasuke or Naruto Ramen, so, or Naruto Taguchi, like the guy who makes ramen, so fuck off. But I thumbs up or I pin likes or pin as my favorite comment people who actually share their opinions, their own viewpoints on the series. Like, they don't have to agree with me, they just actually have comments that bring people to think, like, do you, like Francisco, for example, like, okay, Purple, do you really think, like, Naruhina it makes sense? Like, do you really, considering all of this? So, but anyway, so I'm gonna end it here, and then I'm going to make a video maybe in 20 minutes, and keep reading comments, yeah, we'll see where that goes. Hopefully you guys like it, because at least I'm still talking about things Naruto related. I mean, unless you guys have something else you want me to... Oh. Sorry, I'm just so popular. That was my phone. But unless you guys have something anime related that you want me to look at, review, rant, or whatever about, the only reason why I ranted about Naruto is since the beginning, I liked the series. And after Naruto, it transferred into Shippuden and it became shit. And especially during the end, and then whatever the hell else with all these movies coming out, it just became garbage. So, that's it for now. I'll, like I said, I'll just make a video in 20 more minutes. I just need to wake up more and drink some water. But yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe, guys.